Hey everybody, my name is Aaron. Today I'm going to be doing a video about how to submit to the Google Play Store. So what I'm going to go over in this video is how to create a release key, how to use your Google license key, how to submit a regular application that's under 50 megabytes to the Google Play Store, and how to submit an application that's over 50 megabytes, i.e. creating expansion files for your app. So, first things first, let's go over how to create the release key. You will need to come to this address right here, and then you should have an option just to download the SDK ADT bundle for Mac, and you can just click download. I've already got it downloaded and installed for the purpose of time. It should download in a .zip file, and when you unpack it, what it gives you is just this folder right here, and then when you double click on that, you'll have two other folders, Eclipse and SDK. Just double click on Eclipse and then double click the icon. First thing it's going to do is it's going to have you set up a default workspace, and usually it's just going to try and create a folder in your documents called workspace. That should work fine for you. There's not really a reason to do anything else. You could if you wanted to. Okay, so when you open it up, you're not going to come to this screen. You'll come to like a welcome screen that has some information on creating your first app, but it's pretty simple. All that you will need to do is click on the button in the top left corner of the window that looks like two mini windows, and when you highlight over it, it says restore. So if you click that, you'll come to a window that looks like this. Then you just click file and you hover over new and then click Android application project. So I'm just going to make the name test. I'm not going to use this release key because I already have one. Okay, so don't create activity, uncheck that, go to the next, click next again, and you've got to make sure create activity is unchecked and hit finish, otherwise it'll give you an error message. Okay, so this is the application that I just made. If I click on it, it shows me all of these folders and stuff and assets, which I don't need. I'll just right click the name, which is test, and come down to Android tools, scroll over and hit export signed application package, and then just hit next. Okay, key store selection. Use existing key store or create a new key store. I will click create new key store, and then I will browse for the location. So I'll set it to desktop and I'll save it as test.keystore. And then you gotta remember the password. That's really important. So I'll just set it to what I always set my passwords to. Okay, now you're going to create an alias and create a password for the alias. It's important to remember that because you will need both passwords in order to use this key store to build an app. So I'll just make the alias not test1, there we go. And then I'll make it the same password as before just because it's easier for me to remember. Validity in years, I'll set it to 50 years. First and last name. I cannot type today for some reason. This is all pretty self-explanatory. City, Utah. Okay, I'll click next. Destination for the APK file, I'll just click browse and set it to the desktop, and it's already got the name in there, so I'll just click save and finish. There we go. So here's what it gives me. I don't need that anymore. So I get two files out of that, test.apk and test.keystore. So all I need is test.keystore. I'll just throw test.apk away. Before we move on, here's what's really important to know about the key stores. Once you submit an app and publish an app to the Google Play Store using a certain key store, you have to use that same key store to update it every time. If you accidentally lose it or delete it, then you can't ever update that app again, and you'll have to republish the app with a different name in order to update. So, I'll take my project now. I'm ready to use that key store. Assuming that my project is ready to go, I can build it. I'll come over here, build Android. I've already got it built just for the sake of time, but I'll make sure the application name is correct. I'm using FuzzPrank expansion for this because I just created the expansion files. But you got to make sure that the name is what you want it to show up as. If you set this name to FuzzPrank expansion and then you publish it to the store with that, no matter what you set the name in the store, when someone downloads it, it'll say FuzzPrank expansion on their device. So the application name right here has to be what you want to call the app. So make sure everything else is set, and then key store, you'll come to browse, and then it's on the desktop, so you just browse for where it is, desktop, test.keystore, just click open, and then it's going to ask you for your password, and that's why it's important to remember them. So you hit OK. Now underneath of that you have key alias. So remember when I made the alias test1 and set a password for that? That's another reason why you have to remember the password. So if I click build, it's probably going to want to make me wait, and then it'll ask me to put in the password for that key alias, and then it will build it. Sometimes it makes you wait twice, which is fun. Anyways, it looks like it's about done. Yep. So then you just put in the password again. I'm not going to build it because I already have it built, so I'll just hit cancel. But you just put in the password for the key store, and then you put in the password for the key alias. It's really simple. Make sure all your other information is set, and then just click build. And what it'll give you is, it'll either give you the APK, and if you have expansion files enabled, it'll give you the APK and then the .obb, and the .obb is your expansion file. So I'll go over the expansion files in a bit. So I have my FuzzPrank APK. I will come over to my Google Play Store, and I can click upload my first APK, and I'm not going to. It's really simple from this point. You simply just drag and drop, but I don't need to do that right now because I'm not ready to. So now I'll go over expansion files. Okay, so I guess I'll kill two birds with one stone right now. You can get a license key for your application, which is basically just DRM. So you click get license key, and then you copy and paste this code that shows up right here into your project. So then you come over to project properties, advanced settings. Now for expansion files, all you have to do is click enable expansion file for Android, and then for the key you just copy and paste it into here, click save, which I'm not going to, and then republish the project, and then next time you go and build it in the simulator, it will build two files. It gives you fuzzprank.apk, and then it gives you the .obb file. So what you do with both of these, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I just go all applications, fuzzprank, click on the APK tab, then upload an APK. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to drag and drop the APK right here. It should be pretty small, and it'll upload pretty quickly. And then after this I'll choose my .obb file in a second. Okay, so I have it right here, draft in production. I'll just double click on it, and it's making me look dumb right now. Okay. Okay. I guess I clicked save too soon. It's late. I'm tired. This is the 10th time I made this video. I think I'm entitled to a mistake here and there. So, use expansion file. I have no expansion file selected. I'll just click upload a new file and then browse for it. And so it's on my desktop. So I'll just browse for main.1 fuzzy OBB. Click open, and then it'll upload that, which I don't need right now because I'm not ready for this app to go live yet. So that's pretty much it. If all my metadata were done and my store listing were all set, I could just submit right now and it would actually be live on the Play Store within a few hours. In case you're wondering, this is what the app is. It's pretty funny. I'm not going to play the sound for you because it's kind of annoying, but when you click on the button, it'll actually flash blue and red and play a police siren sound, so you can kind of prank your friends. I've already gotten my dad a bunch of times with it, and I got my cousin a bunch of times. It's pretty great for ruining friendships. So that's about it. If you guys have any questions, please leave me comments, or you can email me. I'll put my email in there. Well, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a good one.